Without further ado, it is our privilege, our pleasure to introduce to you Macbeth of 2017. Thank you.
Is this a dagger which I see before me, the handle towards my hand? Come, let me clutch thee.
I have thee not, and yet I see thee still.
Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight?
Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation, proceeding from the heat oppressive brain?
I see thee yet, in a form as palpable as this which now I draw.
Thou marshalest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use.
Mine eyes were the fools of the other senses, are worth all the rest.
I see thee still, and on thy blade dudded gouts of blood which was not so before.
There's no such thing. It's the bloodier business which informs lust to mine eyes.
Now, o'er the one half-world nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtain's sleep.
Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate's offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel, the wolf.
Whose howls his watch, thus with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design moves like a ghost.
Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps, which way they walk for fear. Thy very stones prate of my whereabout.
And take the present horror from the time, which now suits with it.
While thy threat he lives, words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives.
I go, and it is done. The bell invites me.
Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell.
That summons thee to heaven or to hell. When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
That will be ere the set of sun. Where the blaze?
Upon the heath.
There to meet with Macbeth.
What bloody man is that?
Hail, brave friend, sage to take the knowledge of the world.
Down, monster! The merciless encounter on the western outskirts. This replied, all sweet, brave Macbeth. Well, he deserves that name. Carved out his passions to face his slaves, and seemed to command the shocks, and fixed his head upon our battlefields.
Oh, valiant cousin.
Mark, King of Scotland, Mark, through Norway and Lord surveying vantage begin a fresh assault.
Thou slap of thee words as thy wounds.
Yes, as fair as eagles I massacred they were. As cannon to overcharge double crack, so they, doubly redoubled, strokes upon the foe.
Thou smack of honor both. Who's there?
The worthy Thane of Ross. God save the king! Norway himself, with most terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal attack. To conclude, the victory fell upon us.
No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive us. God pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
There is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air. Peace! The charms wound up.
A drum, Macbeth doth come.
So foul and fair, a day I have not seen.
What are these, so withered and so wild in their attire that look not like the inhabitants of earth, and yet are on it?
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth! Hail to thee, Thane of Glum!
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth, who shall be king hereafter!
Good sir, why do you start, and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? My noble partner you greet with present grace and great prediction of noble having. To me you speak not. If you can, look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not. Speak then to me.
Hail! 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 Lesser than Macbeth, and greater.
Not as happy, yet much happier.
Thou shalt get kings though thou be none.
So
all hail Macbeth and thankful!
Stay, you imperfect speakers! Tell me more! Damn you all the strange intelligence! Speak! I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles, as the water has. These are of them. Whither are they vanished?
Into the air, and what seemed corporal melted, as breath into the wind. What they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak about, or have we eaten the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings!
You shall be king.
Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's here?
The king hath received news of thy success, Macbeth, and bade me from him. Called thee Thane of Cawdor.
What? Can the devil speak true?
Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Treason capital confessed and proved have overthrown him.
Lawns and Thane of Cawdor, the greatest is behind them. Thanks for your pains. Do not hope that shall be kings when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them? Think about what half chance, and have more time, let us speak our open hearts to each other.
Very gladly.
Oh, valiant cousin, only I have left to say. More as I do, than more all can pay. The service and loyalty I owe, in doing it pays itself. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved, nor must be known, no less have done so, for the ends to Inverness, and bind us further to you. Son, kinsman, Thanes, we will establish our state upon Malcolm, who will be the Prince of Cumberland. I'll be myself, the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife and dear approach. So humbly take my leave. My worthy Cawdor, the Prince of Cumberland, that is a step on which I must fall down, or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let not light see my black and deep desires.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfect report there is more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burnt in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me, Thane of Cawdor, by which title before these weird sisters had saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, "Hail, king that shalt be." This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet I do fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great. Art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits in thine ear and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him?
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming.
Give him tidings. He bears great news. raven himself is hoarse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits that tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood. Stop up the axis and passage to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold! Hold.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time, bear welcome in thine eye. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it.
We will speak further.
Only look up quickly. To alter favor, ever is to favor. Leave the rest to me.
See, our honored hostess, horse thy thane. We course him at the heels, but he rides well. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guests tonight.
Your servants ever have theirs themselves and what is theirs in count, in order to make audit at your highness's pleasure, so to return your own.
Give me thy hand. Conduct me to my host. He is very noble, and he will receive more gifts from us. By your leave, hostess.
When 'tis done, then 'twere it will done quickly.
But here upon this bane-controlled time, we'll jump the life to come. I have no spur to break the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other.
They have almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
We'll proceed no further in this business. It hath honored me of late.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wake it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? From this time such I account thy love. Art thou afeared to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteem the ornaments of life, and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would, like the poor cat in the adage?
I prithee peace! I dare do more that may call a man. I dare do more is done.
What beast was it then that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man, and to be more than what you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time, nor place did then adhere, but you would make them both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. I have given suck, and know how tender 'tis to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it were smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed the brains out, had I so sworn as you have done to this.
We should fail?
We fail. But screw your courage to the sticking place, and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, his two chamberlains lie with wine and wassail, so convinced that memory, the water of the brain, shall be but a fume, the receipt of reason, a limbic only, when in swinish sleep their drenched natures lies in a death. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan?
Will it not be received when we marked marked with blood those sleepy two of his own chamber, and use their very daggers that they have done?
Who dares receive it other, as we shall make our grief and clamor roar upon his death?
I am settled. Go away and mock the time with its fairest show. So foul face must hide, but foul heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
And she goes down at 12.
I take it 'tis later, sir.
Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir, not yet at rest? The king's abed. I dreamt last night of 3 weird sisters. To you they have showed some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you'd grant the time.
At your kindest pleasure.
If you shall cleave to my consent, when 'tis it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it. I shall be counsel.
Good repose the while.
Thanks, sir, the like to you.
Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand? Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, yet I see thee still. Art thou not, fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat-oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. How marshallest to me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses, or else worth all the rest. See thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eyes. Whiles I threat he lives, words to the heat of deeds, too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
That which hath made them drunk hath made me bold. Hark! It was the owl that shrieked. He's about it. The doors are open. Alack, I am afraid they have awakened and 'tis not done. The attempt, not the deed, confounds us. Hark, I laid their daggers ready, he could not miss them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd done it. My husband!
I have done the deed. Is thou not here annoyed?
I heard the owls scream and the crickets cry. Do not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
Aye.
This is a sorry sight.
Foolish thought to say a sorry sight.
One cried, God bless us, and amen the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more, Macbeth does murder sleep. The innocent sleep.
What do you mean?
Still it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly of things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness on your hands. Why did you bring the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go, carry them, and smear the sleepy grooms with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on't again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose, give me the daggers. The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I'll gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Oh, they pluck out my eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood clean from my hand? No. It will rather the multitudinous seas incarnadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. Hark! I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chamber. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Hark. More knocking. Get on your nightgown. Let's occasion call us and show us to be watchers.
lost so poorly in your thoughts?
To know my deed twere best not know myself. Wake Duncan with thy knocking! I would thou couldst.
Here is a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hell's Gate, he should have old turning the key.
Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the name of Beelzebub. Here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, we'll have napkins enough about you. Here, you'll sweat for it.
Knock, knock, knock. Who's there? In the other devil's name? Faith. Here's an equivocator, who could swear in both scales against either scale, and who committed treason enough for God's sake, but could not equivocate to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator.
Knock, knock, knock. Faith, here's an English tailor. Oh, hither, we're stealing out of a French house. Oh, come in, tailor. Here, you may roast your goose.
Knock, knock. Never it quiet. What are you? But this place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I'd thought to have let in some of all professions.
Anon, anon.
I pray you, remember the porter.
Remember the porter?
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second bell.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
That it did, sir, in the very throat on me. I never requited him for his lie, but I think, being too strong for him.
Is thy master stirring? Our knocking has awakened him. Here he is.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Leave me alone.
Is the king stirring, worthy thing?
Not yet.
He has commanded me to call timely on him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
Here's the door.
I will make so bold to call. It is my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly where we lay. Our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in the air, strange screams prophesying with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events. New hatched to the woeful time, the obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous, and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror! Horror! Horror!
What's the matter?
Confusion hath now made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke out the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
Mean you his majesty?
See, and speak for yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell! Ring them! Banquo Malcolm, awake!
What's the business that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of this house? Speak! Speak!
Gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear what I can speak. Banquo, Banquo, our royal master's murdered!
Oh, alas, what in our house? Too cruel anywhere. Dear Duck, I prithee, contradict thyself and say it is not so.
What is amiss?
The royal father's murdered.
By whom? Those of his chamber, it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces badged with blood, as were the daggers which, unwiped, we found upon their pillows.
Oh, yet do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood. They're the murderers, steeped in the colors of their trade. Who could refrain that had heart to love?
Help me, hence. Oh, look to the lady.
Let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further.
Well contended.
What will you do? No consorting with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. All to England. Therefore, to horse. And let me not be dainty of my leave-taking. How goes the world, sir? Now!
See you not?
It's known who did this more than bloody deed.
Those MacBeth hath slain.
Alas, the day! What good can they pretend?
They were subdued. Malcolm, the king's son, has stolen hence and fled to England, which puts upon him some suspicion of the deed.
But 'tis most like the sovereignty will fall upon Macbeth.
He's already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, I'll to Fife.
Then I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. Adieu, lest our old rogues sit easier than the new.
God's benison with you, and to those that make good of bad, and friends of foes.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glamis, all as the weird woman promised, and I fear thou play'st most foully for it. Yet it was said, it should not stand in thy posterity, but that myself would be the root and father of many kings. If there come truth from them, as upon thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine, should they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest. Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord, only as far as we'll fill up the time twixt this and supper.
Fail not our feast.
I will not.
Hide a horse, adieu, till you return at night. Goes Fleance with you?
Aye, my good lord, our time does call upon us.
I wish your horse is swift and sure of foot. Farewell. Our fears in Banquo stick deep. He chid the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, and bade them speak to him. Then, prophet-like, they hailed him father to a line of kings. Who's there? Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was. So please, your highness.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So is he mine, and I must wail his fall, who I myself struck down. And thence it is that I do ask your help.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Your spirits shine through you. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, for it must be done tonight. And Fleance, his son, must embrace the fate of that dark hour.
We are resolved, my lord.
It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Not sad, all spent, for our desire is got without content. 'Tis safer to be that which we destroy, than, by destruction, dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone? Sorry as fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which shouldn't think have died with them they think on. Things without our remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
And with me.
Hark! I hear horses.
Give us light there, how?
Stand to it!
It will be rain tonight.
Let it come.
Ah! Up for free! Fly, good Fleance, fly! Ah! Ow! Free!
There's but one down. The sun has fled.
We have lost best help for our fare.
Let's away and say how much is done.
anon, we'll drink and measure the table round.
Yes.
There is blood on my face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
Was he dispatched?
My lord, his throat was cut. That I did for him.
The best of the cutthroat?
My lord, Leonce escaped.
I had also been perfect. But now I am cabined, cribbed, confined, bound to saucy doubts and fears. But Banquo is safe.
Aye, my lord, safe in a ditch he bides with 20 trencher gashes on his head.
What's that? Get thee gone.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now good digestion, wait on appetite, and health on both.
Yes, thank you.
Here had we now the great person of our Banquo present.
His absence, sir, lays blame upon his promise. Please, your highness, grace us with this royal presence.
The table's full.
Here's a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here, my good lord. What is it that moves your highness?
Which one of you have done this?
Done what, my good lord?
Thou canst not say you did it! Never shake thy gory locks at me!
Gentlemen, rise! His highness is not well. Sit, worthy friends. My lord is often thus. To the fit is momentary, upon the thought will again be well. Are you a man?
Aye, and a bold one. That there look on that which I have called the devil.
Oh, prophet stuff. This is the right painting of your fear. This is the air-drawn dagger which you said led you to Duncan. Shame itself, when all is done. You look but upon a stool.
I stand here, I saw it.
Shame itself.
Times have been that when the brains were out, the man would die, and there an end. But now they rise again and push us from our stools.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy of friends. I have a strange infirmity, which is nothing, for those that know me. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss.
Our duty is the pledge!
Avaunt! I quit my sight! Let the earth hide thee! Thy blood is cold, thy bones are marrowless. Thou hast no speculation in those eyes thou dost glare with. Hence horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! Why so? Being gone, I am a man again. I pray you said so.
You've displaced the general mirth, broke open the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Such things be. Now, I think you can behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks when mine are blenched with fear.
What sights, my lord? Speak not, he grows worse and worse. At once, be gone!
Good night.
Not upon the order you're going, but go at once!
Good night. Better health attend his majesty.
Kind good night, all.
It will have blood, they say. Blood will have blood. All tomorrow to the weird sisters, where I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. The rotten season of our nature, sleep. Humble to sleep. We are yet begun indeed.
Trouble. Fire, burn, and cauldron bubble.
By the pricking of my thumb, something wicked this way comes.
Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now, you secret black and midnight hags? What is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you, by which that you profess, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand.
Will answer. Say, if thou wouldst rather hear from our mouths or from our masters.
Oh, let me see him.
Come high or low, thyself and office deftly show.
Macbeth! Macbeth! Beware Macduff! Beware the Thane of Fife! Dismiss me. Enough.
For thy good caution, speak but one word more.
He will not
and resolute, laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm MacBeth.
Then live, Macduff. What need I fear of thee? But yet I'll make a sure and double sure, and take the bond of fate. Thou shalt not live. What is this that rises like the issue of a king?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care to who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never be vanquished until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree, unfix his earth-bound roots? Yet my heart throbs to know one thing more. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, will Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know.
Show
Show his eyes and breathe his heart. Come like shadows, so you part. Thou art like the spirit of Banquo. Down, horrible sight. Now I see 'tis true. Where are they? Gone? Saw you the weird sisters.
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Then infected be the air whereon thy ride. And damned all those that trust them.
My lord, I bring you word. Macduff is fled to England.
Fled to England?
My good lord.
The castle of Macduff I will surprise. Seize upon Fife, give edge of the sword. His wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sight!
What had he done to make him fly the land? You must have patience, madam. He had none. His flight was madness when her actions do not. Our fears do make us strangers. You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear. Wisdom, to leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself is fly. He loves us not. My dearest coz, he's noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the seasons. I take my leave of you. Shall not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at the worst will cease, or else climb upwards what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessing upon you.
Was my father a traitor, mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And all be traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor, and must be hanged.
And all that swear and lie must be hanged?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
The honest men.
Why then the liars and swearers are fools? For there are enough to beat the honest men and hang up them.
Poor prattler, how thou talks. I remember now. I am in this earthly world where to do harm is often laudable, and to do good sometimes is counted dangerous folly. What is this face? Where is your husband? He's a traitor.
Thou liest, thou shag-haired villain.
What's he beg? Young fry of treachery, run away, I pray you.
Let us seek out some desolate shade.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birth them.
When I believe, I'll wail what I can redress. As I shall find that time to friend, I will. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve through him of me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny.
I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think, withal, there would be hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But yet, for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer and more sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
Gentle cousin, welcome hither. Stay in Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. On Tuesday last, a falcon, towering in her pride of place, was by a mousing owl, hawked at and killed. 'Tis said they eat each other.
What's the nearest grief?
I came hither to transport the tidings, for I have words that will be howled out in the desert air, where hearing should not latch them.
What concern they?
The main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever. Your castle is surprised, your wife and babes savagely slaughtered.
Merciful heaven, what man? Gifts are our words.
My children too?
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
He has no children. Oh, my pretty ones. Did you say all?
I said.
Well, kite. All? What? Oh, my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop.
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so. I must also feel it as a man. Cut short all intermission. Front to front. Bring thou this fiend of Scotland, and myself within my sword's length set him.
Receive what cheer you may. The night is long, then ever finds the day.
No truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went to the field, I have seen her rise from her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, and afterwards seal it, and return to bed, all while in a most fast sleep.
In this slumbery agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That, sir, which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor to anyone. Lo, you, here she comes. This is her very guise. And upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her. Stand close.
You see, her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now? Look how she rubs her hands.
It is accustomed action with her. Seen thus, washing her hands. I've known her to continue it for a quarter of an hour.
Yet, here's a spot.
Hark! She speaks!
Out then, Spot! Out, I say! 1, 2. Why then, 'tis time to do it. The hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie! A soldier and a feared! What need we fear who knows it, when none can call our power to account? Yet, who would have thought the old man should have had so much blood in him?
Did you mark that?
What? These hands would never be clean.
Go to, go to. You have known what you should not.
She has said what she should not. I am sure of that.
Yet here's the smell of the blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand.
Besides, there, the heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the world.
Go. Go, put on your nightgown, wash your hands. Look not so pale. Banquo's dead. He cannot come out of his grave.
Even so?
To bed, to bed. There's knocking at the gate. Come, 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 come. Give me your hand. What's done
cannot be undone.
She go now to bed? Directly. More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her means of all annoyance. And still keep eyes upon her. So good night.
Good night, good doctor.
Hang out our banners on the outward wall. This castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Wherefore was that cry?
It was the cry of women, my good lord.
I had almost forgot the taste of fear. The time has been my senses would have cooled. To your night shriek in my fell of hair, but at a dismal treatise rouse and stir if life were in it. I've supped full of horror. Direness familiar to my slaughter's thoughts cannot once start. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord.
Dead! She should have died hereafter. There would be time for such a word. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day, to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools onward to dusty death. Out, out, please, candle. Life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his time upon the stage and is heard no more. It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
My gracious lord, I should report which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Will say, sir.
As I stood my watch upon the hill, I took toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
If thou speakest false, upon the next tree thou shalt hang alive. Ring the alarm bell! Blow, wind, come rack! The least will die with harness on our backs.
Now near enough. Your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are.
Fare you well. If we but find the tyrant's power tonight, let us be beaten if we cannot fight. My wife and children's ghost will haunt me still. Let me find him fortune and more I beg not.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Will I see lives the gashes do better upon them?
Turn, hellhound, turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee, but get thee back. My soul is too much charged with the blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword, thou bloodier villain, than terms can give thee up!
I bear a charmed life, and must not yield to one of woman born!
Spare thy charm, and let the angel who thou still hast served tell thee. Duck was from his mother's womb untimely ripped!
Cursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. I will not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward! We'll have thee as our rarer monsters are, painted on a pole, and under it here may you see the tyrant.
Will I yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet? And though Burnham would become to Dunsinane, though opposed by being of no woman born, I will try the last. Before my body I throw my warlike shield. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him that first cries holy enough.
Hail, King, for so thou art, the time is free. I see thee compassed in thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutation in their mind, whose voices I desire aloud with mine. Hail, King of Scotland.
Hail, King of Scotland!
We will not spend a large expanse of time before we reckon with your several loves. We will call home our exiled friends abroad, that fled the snares of watchful tyranny, of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen. And
Pity, like a naked newborn babe, striding the blast, shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind.
Shakespeareance t-shirts that are going to be available up there if you'd like one for a $20 donation. That is all. Mwah! Be bloody, bloody, bloody!